Hello everyone, myself Dr. Sri Shailesh. I'm currently working in Apollo Care Koramangala, Bangalore as a chief neonatologist and a pediatrician. Today I'll be discussing about the preterm births. Preterm births are also known as premature babies, premature births. Those babies who are born less than 37 weeks, we call it as a preterm births. About 8 to 10% of the total births are comprised of preterm births, and preterm births are the most common cause for infant deaths all over the world. That's why managing preterm babies becomes most important, and saving these babies becomes very, very important. Preterm babies are classified depending upon the gestation age. Less than 28 weeks, we call it as extreme preterm babies. 28 to 32 weeks, we call it as very preterm babies. 32 to 34 weeks, call it as the moderate preterms, and 34 to less than 34 weeks, we call it as a late preterms. Why this gestation age has come is the prognosis of a particular baby is directly depends upon the gestation age. Lesser the gestation age, poor is the prognosis. Better is the gestation age, better is the prognosis. That's why this classification has been made. So why the preterm deliveries occurs? What are the causes for the preterm deliveries? There are multiple factors. The most common thing is the preterm labors. There are so many risk factors for the preterm labors, which includes infection in the mother, which may be recurrent vaginal infections, urinary tract infections, or multiple pregnancy gestations such as triplets, twins, diabetes mellitus in a mother, hypertension. So how to manage these babies? The management starts before the delivery as well as after the delivery. Before the delivery, usually the attending obstetrician will give certain medication to the mother, such as antibiotics just to prevent the infection in the mother and reduces the transmission of the infection to the babies also. And certain medications such as steroids. This helps to mature the lung. Subsequently, once the baby is delivered, the breathing difficulties will be reduced. So, what are the most common complications we do see in preterm babies? The most common complication we see in an NICUs are infections. So, infections occur because the preterm babies tend to have a lower immunity. So, lesser the gestation age, the chances of infection will be much higher. So, infection becomes a important factor in with respect to the mortality and the morbidity and the outcomes of the preterm babies. The next common symptoms, signs we see is breathing difficulties, which is also called as an RDS. It's all related to the premature lung, which doesn't produce any surfactant or deficient of a surfactant. In such cases, baby can have a respiratory distress. Depending upon the level of severity, we assist such as like giving oxygen. Sometimes this may require a CPAP, sometimes it may require a ventilator. And depending upon the severity also, we give certain medications such as surfactant, which is being infused in the lungs, and this helps to expand the lungs and helps in the exchange of the gases in the lungs and between the blood vessels. So respiratory distress becomes or breathing difficulty becomes an important factor with respect to the outcomes in the preterm baby, especially in an extreme preterm babies. So subsequent in the complications such as we do see anemia, which is less hemoglobin, sometimes electrolyte imbalances such as hypernatremia, sodium changes will occur, potassium changes may occur, or sometimes we do see low calcium levels, and then sometimes feed intolerance where baby will not tolerate the feed, sometimes vomiting will occur, or there can be a abdomen distension. In our NICUs, fortunately, we have not seen much of an infections, hardly 1 to 2% of the infections we have seen, and total there are around 75 to 80 preterm deliveries and zero mortality we have seen till now. Thank you.